Our Bill Keller is live out on the scene this morning. Any minute, the city of St. Paul is expected to start clearing a homeless encampment just east of downtown.
And that means dozens of people are packing up and trying to find a new place to live, a new shelter. Bill Keller is live this morning with more on the scene and what it's looking like so far and what will be happening. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning. We've seen some volunteers showing up. We've seen maybe a handful or less of those who are unhoused, carrying or pushing everything they own, but the city taking a rather low-key approach to how they're doing this. They're really working one-on-one with these individuals, not the kind of things we've seen in the past. In fact, city officials say, though, this is one of the largest encampments they've had in St. Paul, and it is one that has led to numerous complaints. Now, given those growing concerns over the health and safety of those who are living here, today is the deadline to clear out this site. The makeshift community is located just east of downtown. It's along a railroad track that runs underneath. It's south of I-94. It's kind of near the Bruce Vento Nature Sanctuary. As of last week, we're told about 40 people have still been living in this crowded encampment. These photos from a recent health and safety assessment show some of the concerns about the living conditions, including things like used hypodermic needles on the ground. They say there are burn pits dangerously close to tents. We spoke with the St. Paul Fire Marshal, who says makeshift heaters being used to try and warm some of these highly flammable tents is a dangerous combination. City officials say the fire department has actually responded to about 50 calls for EMS and fire, and St. Paul police have been called here about 400 times for everything from drug use to assault. They say, though, the order to close the encampment, though, is more than just trying to stop crime.
Our goal isn't to criminalize, folks experiencing homelessness. Our goal is to provide a safe place, especially during our harsh Minnesota winters, for folks to get resources. We're there to meet them wherever they are to help them break the cycle of homelessness.
I did have a chance to speak with one of the volunteers who showed up here early this morning. He says he's been feeding the homeless several times a week. He's been doing this for about 6 months since he got clean. He tells me he understands all too well some of the complicated reasons why people find themselves in situations like this. Take a listen.
In these tents 4 years ago, so it's a little different than just wanting the help. It's more or less there's a lot of trauma that's gone on with these individuals. There's a lot of unfortunate things that have happened, and ideally, I look at it in this light. They've got to be at their end. They've got to want it more enough.
Yeah, notices, by the way, were posted earlier this week telling those who live here that they have until 3 o'clock this afternoon to remove their belongings and clear the site. Again, we've seen that happen. They've been working one-on-one with individuals, but the encampment is not going to be met with kind of a heavy hand. Instead, again, the city, they've got their homeless assistant response team along with volunteers. They've been out here every day this week trying to connect with these individuals and put them in touch with a warm, safe place to stay. Back to you guys.
Okay, Bill Keller reporting live for us in St. Paul. Thanks for keeping us updated, Bill.